70% of Americans are active on social media. And whether we like social media or not, it is an amazing place to find new customers. So let's look at 5 straightforward ways that you can use social media marketing to grow your business. The first thing is to just stick with 1 or 2 sites. Now, I know there's always that FOMO, that fear of missing out if you're not on every single social media site, like you're leaving money on the table. And I totally get it. But I've learned it is way better to rock it on 1 or 2 social media sites than to spread yourself too thin. And as small business owners, it's very easy to spread ourselves too thin. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, I'm Brooke Miles, and I'm all about making social media powerful and easy for small businesses. Now, I'll admit I'm on a ton of sites, but that's because I teach social media and I need to know how the sites work. But really, for marketing my business and building relationships, I focus specifically on one site, and that's LinkedIn. That's where my customers are, and I get more likes, comments, and shares on LinkedIn than I get on the other sites. And by staying focused, I've literally gotten tens of thousands of dollars of business from LinkedIn without trying to sell. So LinkedIn may or may not be for you, so let's just do a quick survey of the other sites so you can start narrowing things down. Now, Facebook and Instagram are great, especially if you're a B2C, in other words, business to consumer, your products and services are there for the general public. And if you're doing Facebook, you might as well do Instagram because they're the same company and you can post directly from Facebook to Instagram and even schedule your posts out from one platform. By the way, in case you're not sure if you should use Facebook because you're trying to target a younger audience, there's this huge myth that Facebook is just for old people. In other words, people my age or older. Yes, I'm 50. But did you know that, at least in the United States, 25 to 34-year-olds make up the largest percentage of Facebook users? So Facebook can still be good for you. Now, as for Twitter, I hate Twitter. Hate is a strong word, but let's just be dramatic. Did you know, and this is no exaggeration, you need to post on average 15 times a day to make a dent on Twitter? It's because the lifespan of a tweet is like really, really short. If you have time to tweet 15 times a day, go for it, but otherwise I'd say skip Twitter. Now, TikTok is good if you're trying to reach a younger audience and you have no problem churning out tons and tons of videos that are amazingly funny or amazingly inspirational or just have this overall wow factor. I think TikTok totally has a place in this world. I also think that for small business owners trying to market themselves, they're going to exhaust themselves on TikTok and their marketing could probably be placed somewhere else. And Pinterest, if you're targeting a slightly older female crowd and you're in industries like cuisine or travel or crafts or anything artistic or creative, Pinterest can be a really good option. Now, once you've decided on the site you want to focus on, your next step is to think like a competitor. Now, you might think that your competitors on social media are your competitors in your industry. That would be the natural thing to think. But no. Your main competitors are all the other posts that show up in your audience's newsfeed that are competing alongside your posts for their attention. Think of a time that you're on Facebook and you're just on the homepage, you're just scrolling down your newsfeed just to see what's going on. Now, when you're scrolling, do you check out every single post and read every single word of every single caption? Do you watch every single video or look at every single photo album and open up every single one to see every single picture? No, I'm sure you pick and choose because, our time is finite on earth and there are tons of other things outside of Facebook that are competing for our attention. Once we truly embrace this with our audience, our posts suddenly get better because we try a little harder. For instance, when we're writing a post, we put the most important information at the top so people don't have to click on see more to get the point. And our images become a little bolder and brighter, and we get a little more intentional about hitting on topics that are on our customers' minds. And when you actually try to grab people's attention, chances are you will, and that means you'll get more likes, comments, and shares, and that will trigger the social media sites to say, this post must be interesting, and then they'll deliver your post to more news feeds and more people, and then more people learn about your business. You also want to create a simple content calendar. Now, there are 2 reasons to do this. The first is that you end up being way more strategic with your topics and your content mix. But a bigger reason is that it forces you to be more consistent. Because if you want to be on your customers' radars, you have to show up on a consistent basis. It gives the message that your business is thriving, and it also helps build trust. Now, I made a video for you on how to create the simplest, most straightforward content calendar ever, and I'm going to include a link at the end of this video. And you don't want to forget about paid advertising. This is super important, especially on Facebook and Instagram, where your posts are only going to go so far organically, in other words, for free. So whether you boost a post or create an ad in Facebook Ads Manager, you'll be able to target people a whole lot better and reach a whole lot more of them. And by the way, when you do any form of paid advertising on Facebook, your ads will be shown on Instagram, even if you don't have an Instagram account, which is super cool. Although I still think if you have Facebook, you might as well have Instagram. And by the way, in case you're wondering how much you should spend on Facebook ads as a small business, I've created a video about that, and I'll include a link in the description below. Another super important thing that most businesses don't do, but you'll do, is engage. You want to like, comment, and share other people's posts, especially if those posts come from other business colleagues or referral partners or other businesses you're trying to do business with. Remember that social media is social. It's a two-way street. To me, social media is like marriage. So take my marriage. My husband, Steven, is amazing at giving. He does all the laundry, he cleans the bathroom, he pulls the weeds, he pays all the bills, and he manages all household logistics. And in return, I make dinner about 3 nights a week. Okay, so there's a bit of an imbalance and I will work on that. But you get the point with social media. Block out a little bit of time each week to engage with other social media accounts. It's a consistent act of goodwill and it'll really help you build relationships and ultimately grow your business. And remember, if you want to up your game with social media strategy and consistency, watch this video in the top right corner. You'll learn how to create a mind-blowingly simple content calendar that you can use from month to month. Thanks, and see you in the next video.